Hey everybody, I am Blue, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Ash of Gods. Now last time, we had Hopper take care of a small group of Ences, and that felt more like a puzzle than anything else, hence the title of the last episode. And I'm also a little bit disturbed by the fact that he didn't die. Now I get why they would go like, oh, this is the beginning of the game, let's not let people die immediately. But this game was sold to me in the pretense that if you fail, you die. And the story will change depending on if you succeeded in certain missions, yes or no. Now this could still be the prologue and introduction and whatnot. I hope that's the case. Anyway, let's see here. We can go over the Miller's Track or the dry riverbed. Although I'm somewhat tempted to go to the Dead Spring, I think I will go to Serpent's Creek. This road follows a dry riverbed winding along a rocky plain. Just trying to get there as quickly as we can. On the road or taking a rest, you can't shake the words in the town hall from your mind. Follow the guiding one, collect the 7 parts of wisdom, read them and be saved. You sit by the fire, pondering the words' true meaning. Are they meant to guide or ensnare? Why would someone curse you, then make you piece together a spell to break said curse? What's the point? What could it possibly mean? The world is changing, people are rising up against the reapers. An eerie bewitchment, an unknown sorcerer, and the darkness keeps creeping. You close your eyes, trying to remember everything. You know about previous reapings. Nothing makes any sense. It's as though different scent is in the air. Where's A? Doesn't matter. Something mysterious is coming. There's also the hand. Hey, Scribe, you sleeping? What shall we do when we catch up to Thorn? We won't be able to capture someone like Captain Brennan with our bare hands. I'm not looking to start a fight. I don't like this idea. Besides, they say drawing your sword against Thorn is a sure way to die. We'll think about it when we catch up to him. We'll be traveling to the nearest menhir per your advice, and I'm not drawing my sword, not unless there's good reason. Whatever the case, I'll try talking to Thorn first. The man isn't so simple. What's the gain in being simple? I had a word with his servant, Tenor, when he was leaving town. The only thing on Thorn's mind is saving his daughter. Already lost his wife, and now he's only got his daughter. And his son somewhere in this service. I think it is best not to stand in Thorn's way. Alright. Forgot to read it. I'd love to know what myself. I'm guilty of the same thing that made His Highness want to capture Captain Brennan. Had to kill a toll collector near a watchtower in self-defense. Well, at least I didn't borrow a prince. That's not the problem. If a ruler says something's regrettable... If a ruler says something's regrettable when enraged, he won't be taking it back, even once he calms down. It does not befit a man of stature to go back on his words. Besides, Thorn's made quite a blunder in Albius, so many guards dead. He may have slain quite a lot of them, but not as many as had fallen victim to their own madness. That's how it usually goes. You either die a war hero or stay alive long enough to get into trouble. Where's the equipment? Why is the blade in such poor shape and all? Is Thorn really that good? Why, yes he is. Yes he is, Hopper. Captain Brennan is a legend of Odola, jeez. Who hasn't heard of Matt Thorn? Maybe the best swordsman in all of Berkana. A hero of the Gabonan War. A hero of the Northern Expedition and the Battle of the Southern Isles. Though he's grown much older since his last escapade, battle experience is not easily forgotten. Wait a minute, are you saying Matt Thorn and Thorn Brennan are the same person? And he's got a whole squad? While we've got nothing? Quite a task His Highness has given us. I don't think he'll be fighting back, sword or not. That's if Prince Ho is still alive, of course. I hope that's the case. Not only is Foreign an exceptional swordsman, he's taught his daughter the same skills. I've seen her with a sword a couple of times. Girl swift as the wind. So better to talk with Torn than cross swords. Does Foreign have any benefactors? His father-in-law is supposedly a big fish, but they're not on speaking terms or something. Not sure. He's with the army now, I reckon. By the way, a servant of Torn's named Denner sealed off his house and moved west. Probably to his old master. He used to look after his daughter, but then managed to outlive her. His father-in-law is Count Staket Vikti. Foreign's servant was out in his wagon when I saw him by the gate. He ventured to Opakam to visit the Count. The Count's military governor now, so we're likely to meet Foreign in Opakam if we can't find him sooner. So maybe the Count will take his son-in-law's side? Prince Trig is obviously more prominent than Count Vikti ever was, but he wouldn't want to clash with the old man. The latter's too smart and stubborn. Not every prince is given such a fort. Well, we've still got to catch up to Foreign. You're right about that. The road's dangerous. I saw some footprints near the spring. A couple dozen cavalry went by there just 2 days ago. The boots are definitely not from Burkana. They've got a strange heel print. I've seen it too. Those are footprints of the Enses. The flowing manas took their corpses to the Albius watchtower, right? Should have looked at the boots sooner. Enses or not, so what? Foreign and his men managed to hack him up, right? How are we any different? Hopper, the only thing is, don't just jump into battle, yeah? Your knack for tearing down towers won't help you here. Better to be safe. Don't want to upset the Cardinal, do we? Deal? Attaboy. Alright, I'll go see if they left anything else behind. It won't be a pleasant stroll then? I guess I'll have to look around too. My feet are already numb. You think hard about what you've learned. Foreign piques your curiosity by the minute. Now there's just finding him, and learning how he managed to withstand that Reaper. Listen, Hopper, I don't quite get you. What are you? Are you a healer, or a wizard, or whatchamacallit, a penman? I even heard you're also a baron, without residence most likely, and you're not young. How do you get by? They don't pay you a dime, do they? Click it. I capture Princess Stein. When someone disappears, I'm the one to turn to. I may have no regular allowance, but should I find a prince, I'll have enough money to gorge myself. Should I fail, however, I'd best avoid said kingdom for the next decade or so, if I want to keep my head attached. Still, I've been lucky so far. Want me to cut you in? No siree. Burkana's a bit short on princes. Besides, it's quite a long way between kingdoms, and my boots are worn through. I'd rather stay by the Albius Gate if I ever return, that is. Smart man. Highland Plateau. Gonna run into some Scots. A roundabout way along gravel rock slides and sharp cliffs. Sure, why not? Look at us go. I like the icon though, I have to admit. Leaving the lifeless Dinford village behind, you approach the menhir in Albius. The road and bridge are stained with blood, but the bodies have been taken away. On the other side of the bridge, near the menhir, are some fresh graves and a regiment of guards. One of the guards recognizes Ake and waves. Ake! Is it really you? Going to Ursus, huh? Is it a special assignment, or are you just heading home? Ake leaps from his horse. Where I'm going shouldn't concern you, friend. Let's just say I'm escorting someone important, a scribe and mage licensed by the temple. You just... Never mind. The guard pushes back his helmet. Listen, could his importance maybe help us out? We have orders to bury the villagers' remains and to remove the abominable sign from the menhir. We've done the first, but the second, it doesn't come off. Obviously, you shouldn't touch it with your bare hands, but we've already tried everything. Talk to the guard, inspect the menhir, and refuse to help. No. Hopper seems like a pretty mellow guy, so let's see. You gave Ake a nod and dismount. Glancing at the graves, you approach the menhir. One grave is slightly older and smaller, the other looks fresh. The stink of decay hits you like a hammer. The Reaper's sign on the menhir seems to glow from within. The guard trails behind you. This is where we buried the villagers, parts of them, I should say. I've never seen anything like it. It's like they were hit by a rain of steel. We found the watchman assigned to this post in the other grave. The grave was here already when we arrived, and we had to exhume them to find out. The fellows lying there have barely been wounded, but their blood has been drained. I think Florin Brennan buried them. Nobody else from Albi has traveled that way. He couldn't have killed them, could he? 'Cause he went to the trouble of burying them. You shake your head. I haven't met this Florin, but it's the Enses who drain the blood from corpses. Some people call them abominations. Didn't you find their bodies? I guess not. They'd be hard to miss. Florin must have run into them on the bridge. There's blood, but no bodies. He probably tossed them into the manas. You inspect the menhir once more. A mark like this won't come off, no matter how hard you scrub it. It will glow, however faintly, until the reaping is over. It is stronger than a sign on a gate, the sacred stone. The guard throws up his arms, his hands. So what do we do now? Prince Trieg won't have this. He'll take this road back to Ursus. Seeing the job unfinished is bound to get him all steamed up. Then we'll have our asses in a sling. You cast another glance at the menhir and feel a strange tingling in your arm. You imagine yourself touching the menhir and the Reaper's sign, glowing ever so faintly. Vanishing into the stone, you realize that you're not thinking straight. With great effort, you get control of yourself. Screw it, let's touch it. We have to gather all the stones, yeah? You walk right up to the menhir and touch the sign with your hand. Despite Ake's warning, there's a flash of blinding light, and a powerful force knocks you down. It feels like you're not only out for a few seconds, but judging by Ake's swearing, maybe not. The big fellow ceases his stream of profanities and sighs heavily. You woke up. Ha! We knew you didn't snuff it, 'cause you were still breathing. You slept for a whole day. Why in the blazes did you mess with the menhir? To make the guards happy? The sign disappeared all right, but we lost an entire day, and now Florin is even farther away. With difficulty, you rise to your feet. Your arm is somehow less black. It was foolish of me, I agree. And the sign didn't disappear, it's just lying in wait. Let's hurry up, Ake, otherwise we'll never catch up to Florin.
In these times of trouble, you could use some of your youthful daring, for which you've been nicknamed Mad Thorn. It seems, though, that your daughter has it aplenty.
Yeah, this is a little bit odd to me. I like the narration, but why is there so little voice acting in it if you were going to go through the effort of this? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Looting. Let's see here, where are we at? Oh, are we still? Oh no, we're Brennan right now. Alright, we're at Dunford Village, and there's only one way to go. Let's take a look here. Nobody got the level or anything like that, did they? Squad management, I'm just quickly gonna, check that out. Nah. No leveling, everything should be fine. It's been a while since I've been in this screen, so... Should we have a chat with everybody? This dark-skinned lad's grief must be driving him mad. He's constantly muttering. Alright, let's have a chat. What are you muttering, Ramlin? I'm not muttering anything. I'm repeating my grandmother's enchantments. What are those enchantments about? About healing, about leg weakness, about a clear mind and sound memory, about fuzzy heads and forgetfulness, cowardice and weakness, bravery and strength. My grandmother knew many spells. Knowledge and control are not the same thing. Maybe she did. I don't know everything. You need power, the right mindset, and nimble fingers for that. Why must you move your fingers? Is enchanting like weaving woolen cloth? Those who have the sight can not only spot such a web, but also weave their own, spinning a thread and braiding it to a secret purpose. Woven and spun, the enchantment serves the special purpose. That's how it works. Oh, so magic here works kind of like in the Wheel of Time book series. Okay, I can get behind that. If you don't know that series, read it. It's pretty damn good. Those who have the sight, okay, I already read that. Did your grandmother teach you much? Alright. She taught me everything she knew. It's not enough to teach someone, though. You must be like a stone. You can spend a lifetime trying to learn how, but it's almost impossible. Are you talking about the gift that only a few possess? Why didn't your grandmother protect herself when Ensis came to her village? She could have sung the right tune. She could have at least weakened their stance. She was very old and almost blind. She must have not seen them. Probably stayed at home until one of those Enses killed her with a flying blade. Maybe just for fun. Yes, that's how it happens. There are times when great wisdom and experience fail in the face of a tiny, very sharp death. Jesus! Thorn! Dude! Lighten the hell up! Like, the kid's depressed. You could give him a little bit of moral support, You're a frickin' captain, for fuck's sake. Alright. So you need to weave the enchantments? Jeez. It's done differently. You can sing, brew potions, dance like a mad dervish. You can dress the wounds with stones. Everyone does it differently. I'm a weaver, but some things I can do by snapping my fingers. Are you talking nonsense? I mean dressing wounds with stones. No. Let's not insult his knowledge. Let's not piss him off. Let's not snap our fingers for no reason. You can snap your fingers as much as you want. You can't accidentally unsheath a sword, as my grandmother used to say. I asked her the same question. Your grandmother was wise, Ramlin. Did she have a hard life? Was that a compliment, Warren? Man, good going. It's nice to see you listening. My grandfather brought my grandmother here from the Vandal Islands. She told me that when he died, she started building a house. She mixed clay with manure and straw. She dragged stones around. It kept her from going mad. Okay? My grandmother used to say that even if you don't know where to go, just keep moving. If you don't have a clear goal, you need to take steps that don't lead you into the abyss. Good advice. Neither taking steps nor having the right goal saved her, or us, from the abyss, because the abyss came from above. Oh, God. Thor, buddy. Oh, sure. Well, it'll be time to go soon. Maybe my enchantments will be useful to you? You'll surely be useful, if you don't run into battle ahead of me, that is. Okay. Wow. What an ass! Oh, man. Have a chat with that guy, why don't you? Alright, let's talk to Val. The wandering monk is always praying. You wonder what he's asking of the gods. You weren't just playing around with your beads back at the Albius Menhir, were you, Val? Sorry. You've been holding a Strix. Who taught you this stuff? What's there to teach? Every monastery teaches their monk about the reaping and the means of protection. So, what's the reaping anyway? What makes you think the reaping is nigh? Someone told you? Or was it your own idea? Obviously it's the reaping. Those Enses were the first sign of trouble. Who else would be wearing those masks? Then there was the Reaper's mark. I haven't seen the Reapers myself, but I recognize his rune right away. The reaping is a divine retribution. That's what everybody says, at least. Obviously, you say. Seems like many have yet to realize what's happening. While the temple servants knew about it all along. And how long will the reaping last? The temple servants usually don't know much, and when they do, they prefer silence. When does a dog stop eating? when it's full. Same with the reaping. Once it's sated with corpses, it begins to fade. Sated? You talk about it as if it's some sort of beast. Maybe it's got a maw or something? The menhirs are basically the reaping's mouths. All the healings are like tree sap. A tree gets its nutrients from the soil, while a menhir soil is death and pain. This is converted into healing energy that helps others alleviate their pain. Whoa, circle of life business. Okay. I learned everything about the sacred stones the time I tried to cure Leaky. Not one temple servant said anything even remotely close to the hogwash you're spewing now. Are you sure that this stuff about the menhirs isn't some kind of heresy? Not that it's heresy, it's just the temple isn't really fond of such talk amongst its servants. Not many draw that conclusion anyway. You have to dig up some really old scrolls to learn anything about it after all. Say you're right, then what? It implies that for each person healed during peacetime, there are hundreds, if not thousands, exterminated during the reaping. Isn't that too much? If the menhirs are really like trees, where does all their sap go? There must be something else. But I didn't learn anything from the manuscripts. The high-ranking temple servants don't tell you anything. Just point their fingers skywards and say that only the gods know. I don't like it one bit. What kind of retribution exterminates the guilty and innocent alike? And if it's supposed to be a shared plight, what kind of gods would wish death upon all our kin? It's not the gods who wish for our demise. We call forth the reapers and plague with our misdeeds. Oh, here we go. Alright, I won't pester you any longer. How come this is always the answer with this kind of stuff? You know, like, no, bad stuff doesn't happen to you because you want it. You have done this to yourself with your misdeeds. I hear a lot of religions saying that. That is like, whoa. Alright, I won't pester you any longer. It's alright. Of course, all the stuff in the books is quite dreadful. They say the reaping is akin to a harsh winter. Every creature should hibernate, and all the grass should perish so that you can be rejuvenated in the spring. Well, what if I'm not a creature but grass? Should I perish too? Doesn't seem like much of a concern, just some fancy words from a couple of old temple books. We aren't going down that easy. Alright. That was actually quite illuminating. So, a lot of people, well, their people believe that the reapers are some kind of cleansing kind of business. And so the men here supposedly kill things so that they can heal further down the road. That is pretty messed up. Well, after all this knowledge gathered, I think this is where I'm going to cut out. We don't know how many more pieces of story will be added, so I don't know how I'm going to save. So I hope you guys are still having a good time with this. As always, let me know down below if you feel like this isn't going anywhere or you're not enjoying it. And of course, if you are enjoying it, also let me know. Again, I'm going to see how it works out with the dying and whatnot, because, yeah, it's a big selling point to me. If it's just following a story, I'll still play through it if you guys like it, but it's not exactly the kind of games I'm usually looking for. Anyway, guys, as always, if you did enjoy yourself, drop a like, and if you didn't, drop a dislike, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe. It really helps me out. See you on the next one, guys. Bye.